Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Brianna Wilson. I'm a certified dementia practitioner and the founder of Bambu Care. In today's video, I wanted to answer the question, is dementia contagious? So for those of you who do not like or need an explanation, the short answer is no. Generally speaking, dementia is not contagious. However, if you want to talk about it a bit more, let's do that, okay? So a lot of caregivers want to know if dementia is contagious. And honestly, I think it's because when caring for someone with dementia, you may start noticing some changes. So for example, you may start noticing changes in your memory and attention. So maybe you're more forgetful and more distracted. Maybe you're forgetting to eat and drink throughout the day. Maybe you accidentally leave the water running. Maybe you are mindlessly placing objects in odd places. Maybe your brain feels more foggy and you're experiencing more headaches. Maybe you're not sleeping well. But why does this happen? It's not because you've caught dementia from your partner. It's likely because you are under more stress. And when the brain is under stress for an extended period of time, you can end up with symptoms like this, okay? Other things that may contribute to some of the symptoms you may notice is isolation, especially if your life has become consumed by your partner and you no longer socialize with the people or friends that you used to. Depression, if you feel like your life is no longer your own and you're grieving the life that you used to have and what you used to do and the future you saw for yourself, or maybe you're even grieving your partner even though they're still there. You're missing the person that they were, the relationship that you had with them, the life that you saw together with them, right? Also, as caregivers, we don't always do a great job at taking care of ourselves. So maybe we're not drinking enough water and we're dehydrated. Maybe our diet isn't too good, right? And then maybe we're living a more sedentary lifestyle. And so when we're inactive, both mentally and physically, that takes a big toll on the brain as well, okay? Now, here's another reason that I think caregivers experience some of the changes that they do that makes them wonder if dementia is contagious. So have you ever been around someone for so long that you begin to pick up on their habits and mannerisms? Many of us do this, and it's unconscious. It's not something that we do on purpose, and we even do this with strangers. So for example, have you ever met someone who has an accent, and then before you know it, you have temporarily adopted their accent? It happens, right? And it's called the chameleon effect. It's this form of mirroring where basically we are mimicking their facial expressions and their behaviors and their accents and this and that. And so this is kind of what I think sometimes happens when we spend so much time with a person. We start adapting ourselves to better meet that person. Now, the benefit of that is that it does enhance bond and connection, but the downside is that it may leave you with some things that you might not like, right? Because it's different from how you were. So for example, if your partner has speech or language difficulties, you may find yourself naturally adapting your speech to meet their needs so that you guys can better communicate, right? But what you may notice is that when you then go to talk to someone else, especially if you don't get a lot of social interaction, it's very hard to communicate like you once did. It's a challenge. And so it's going to take practice talking to other people again to kind of get that back. And then there's two more things that I want to briefly mention. So one is environmental exposures. So there are toxins in the environment that can contribute to dementia-like symptoms. So one of those toxins is mold. So let's say that your mom lives in a house that has mold. She doesn't know it though. Nobody knows it, but it's contributing to her symptoms. And then you move into that same house to care for her, and now you're being exposed to the mold. And so over time, you start experiencing similar symptoms as well. Well, that's because the mold is the problem. So if you have a person in one environment that may be contributing to their issues, and then you join them in that same environment and you have similar vulnerabilities, you may start experiencing symptoms similar to theirs as well, or maybe different challenges of your own. But that's the point, okay? And then the second thing is that there are a couple types of dementia that are caused by something contagious or have a contagious component. So for example, HIV-associated dementia is caused by HIV, which is contagious. It can be transmitted from person to person, but it is the HIV that is contagious, not the dementia itself, and not every person with HIV will develop dementia, whether HIV-associated dementia or some other type of dementia. And then there's Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which is also contagious, but it's only transmitted through infected brain and nervous system tissue and neurosurgical instruments. So it's really only a concern for like medical staff, neurosurgeons, and coroners, okay? So like I said, generally speaking, no, dementia is not contagious. So if you are someone who is starting to notice dementia-like symptoms, my best recommendation is to assess how is your stress levels? What is your lifestyle like now? What is your diet? And then communicate your concerns to your doctor because you may benefit from some follow-up testing to determine what's really going on, okay? So that's all I have for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and until next time.